Connecting millions of devices at a time is a challenge. Making them secure is another one. Our summit is always about sharing ideas and knowledge in order to shape the future together. This year is much more. We have the richest content and best speaker who have never got together under one roof.
Telecom Review does something very important. It brings together government, consultants, service providers, cloud providers, and vendors, and consultants, all around a common table, each delving into quite critical opinion at the retail level for consumers, retail level for enterprises, the wholesale perspective, industry development perspective, and give quite an important vision of today and tomorrow. And in that regard, I find always, each year that I come to Telecom Review, to be intellectually motivated.
We have set many goals for ourselves by 2021 in all sectors. And I'm confident, God willing, that we will see the fruitful outcome of our efforts. It is very important to share such knowledge because this is a very nascent industry. Without kind of a collaboration, it will be difficult to have a best of its class experiences.
This is why a platform like this one, this summit, the Telecom Review Summit, on yearly basis, it's very important because of its ability to attract the right leaders, put them in the same place, and trigger the beginning of conversations that will continue afterwards, you know, between peers, between groups of peers, on multiple subjects.
It's a challenge of how we can adapt it. You know, the fact that that we need to change. It's always such a tough thing for any organization to make a quick, robust change and adopt some new technology and a new model of operation. But I believe exchanging ideas and networking with different type of operators, and in the meantime the consultant and the different type of people around the industry, it gives people a broad view of what can be done and how things can be approached and how can be implemented.
The content people, industries like cinemas, music, publishing, used to exist, and they had their own certainties.
It is great being at the Telecom Review Summit because there's very few gatherings where you get the right level of representation that marries everything from research to applied to commercialization. And if somebody was going to ask me in one word, what is the beauty, I think is the networking aspect of the summit, more important in the context of relevant networking.
To be honest, I think it's a great event. It's always great to be here at such forum, meeting everybody from the sector around the region, sharing ideas, discussing challenges, and looking a little bit into the future and what can be done in the future. It's very helpful. This experience sharing platforms helps us out to see where do we stand, are we on the right track, or what else missing that we need to do, we're not doing and we need to do.
Because of this, the theme of this event is being smart. Everything is for the smart networking. So government role in this sense is extremely important. We are very happy to get together with this all the government officers to address all this subject. Being smart is needed, or the engagement from the citizens, and even not only from the central government, but local administration, like the cities or communities, is extremely important. So that is, I think, is a major reason. And we discuss about how this is government roles to support or to encourage of that, being smart. So that was one of major discussions, and all we agreed that government roles as providing the openness and the transparency is extremely important subject. Still, we have many challenges, but we have to continue this, this process.
It's a beautiful one, indeed. It is remarkable with the attendees, the speakers, and the topics that you approached, and I really liked it very much. It's very enriching.
From the previous Gs, right? 5G is about exploring new frontiers in terms of spectrum, moving up all the way to 90 gigahertz eventually.
Well, like every year, the audience and the topics are really amazing. The different panels we saw during the day were really exciting, especially the ones that talk about the future of telcos, the one I participated to today. We are really at the crossroads today in terms of future of our industry. And it's really interesting to hear from the different experts and panelists on their views on how we're going and where we're going in terms of telcos in the region and in the world. We really had a lot of food for thoughts during the day, and the amount of data that we really were faced to today is really something that we need to think about and really try to find ways in the future to really cope with the needs of our customers. I always see in the Telecom Review Summit people coming out and speaking a lot more openly. They're a lot more, willing to talk about the difficult things. The ministers talk about cultural change within the ministry. He talks about corruption. He talks about the ability to actually affect transparency and so on. So these are important topics that are highlighted. And for some reason, in the Telecom Review Summit, people are a lot more comfortable, and it comes out, and we have a good debate and a good discussion about it. Of course, technology and telecom is at the heart, but these are surrounding elements, and they are very, very important to the success of transformation.
I've been attending Telecom Review Summit for four editions now, the ones that happened in Dubai since December 2012. It's a good opportunity to network with many colleagues from the industry, to see many faces, old and new. Especially, this is a good time to see people also where, for as you can see, it's chief operating officers, CXOs, and other general managers on a casual basis. Unlike, for example, when you're in a big event like Mobile World Congress or other events where their schedule is very tight. It's also a good gathering, and in terms of technology, because also you get the latest about the latest developments in the industry, and it's a good ending for the year, being now in December before the end of the year holidays.
It's a great opportunity to meet our customer from the Middle East region, to hear the need, to see how we can provide support to them.
Look, first of all, thanks for Telecom Review for organizing the summit. It's an important one because it gathers the leaders of the ICT industry, be it policymakers, regulators, telecom operators, technology vendors. So it's a very good forum for the ICT industry to gather and exchange thoughts, trends, opportunities, and challenges.
Now, to get ready to 5G, we need unification, harmonization, and we need conversation. And what I mean by unification, standard need to be unified, harmonization, spectrum need to be harmonized, business cases like economy of scale need to be harmonized as well, but more importantly, 5G needs conversation. Conversation with no barrier, with no pessimistic barrier. We have to have an open mind, talk to each other, government talk to carriers, carriers talk to industry ecosystem player, talk to OTTs. We have to talk to each other, health, financial, and everything. And that, I think, answer your question. And I think that's the value for an event like this, to bring all of those industry ecosystem together, no matter who they are, and to start networking, smart networking like just what you mentioned, and to have this kind of collaborative, open-minded conversation through panels, through offline meetings, and that will facilitate and that will get 5G to a totally different and new era of leadership.
I think it's an excellent opportunity to come together as an industry to look at the opportunities for this region specifically. So from an Ericsson perspective, we'd like to bring the learnings and experience we have from working globally with operators across the world, but really then engage in what this would mean for the Gulf countries and what we need to do locally to really make 5G happen.
And it's exciting to see all the momentum here in the Middle East. It's the 5G era. We are passionate about it at Nokia, leveraging innovations from Bell Labs all the way to commercial product. And by the way, at Nokia, we are commercially ready. I think it's a fantastic event for my company. You know, we are a US-based company and we are trying to get more successful in the Middle East market, especially in the Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Saudi, and Kuwait. And this forum is a fantastic forum because you have all the industry leaders at the most senior levels visiting this forum. So it's a fantastic networking opportunity for us.
Well, I think the Telecom Review Summit is a great platform to bring all the stakeholders at a very senior level. In fact, it's very unique in the sense that you have so many CEOs, CTOs, CIOs, CXOs gathered from the whole ecosystem. Operators trying to serve the end customers, vendors bringing solutions to the equation, the governments and their needs to serve the citizens, and all the smaller and medium enterprises playing around to complete the ecosystem. So the conversation is quite rich in terms of the operator transformation. It's rich in terms of addressing new solutions like smart cities. And it's global. It's not just operators and companies in the Middle East, but it's really global. Today we heard from CTOs as far as Canada, for example, like TELUS, and we see there is common issues that operator community is dealing with in terms of transforming their business model and adopting to the new content-rich transformation with ICT devices and providing the network infrastructure in a sustainable way going forward.